Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
When you make a movie about zombies, you're not really running the risk of hearing from the zombie league about how you depicted them unfavorably, or people who use heroin, or people who are trying to rescue planet Earth and going off the sun. Was there any concern in your mind about a Westerner going to India, making a movie about India, and how did you work with the locals in that regard, and how did you make yourself feel comfortable that you had the appropriate concerns and cautions?
Well, it wasn't a zombie movie. I just wanted to make that clear.
Fleshy.
It's an old point, but anyway. I think I was a bit naive, really. I think when you look at it now and you look at me and Simon and you think, how can we go there and make a film? There's so many reasons why you shouldn't do it, really, in many ways. But I think we were both caught up so much by the place that you sense the generosity of the place, and you live off that, really.
I want to ask a little bit about the slums. The city is, what, a city of 16 million, give or take?
At least.
And 8 million, half the city's population lives in slums or shantytowns. I'm curious, first of all, from Simon and Danny, how that influenced the creation of the script and how it informed the movie that you ended up making, spending time in the city and seeing what those slums were like.
Well, it was going to Bombay and wandering around the slums. I started in documentaries, that's my background, and I felt as a white middle-class English person, you can't just parachute yourself into this environment and say, we're going to make a film about this, everybody, okay? I felt I had to just wander around and find out what people there were interested in and what they were talking about at the chai stores. They're all sitting around with their incredibly sweet tea that would kind of burn your teeth out.
And from the actors, how does it working around? I mean, there are different sequences that are shot there, but being in that town, being around so many people, you were living in London at the time, correct? Yeah. When you were cast, and you were living in the city. So does the experience of making the film in that geographic location change the performance, change your approach to the characters?
For me, actually, in a weird way, I was very excited because that's a city that I've been born and brought up in. The locations that I could relate to, especially VT Station, just like 2 minutes away from my college. So for me, actually, it was a very exciting feeling to be shooting in a place like Bombay, which I completely kind of understood. Like I keep saying, I kind of put in 23 years of research before I did this film. Little did I know that the film was going to happen, but that's how well I knew my city. So for me, it was a great feeling, and I think through the course of this film, what I did realize is that living in a city like Bombay, you do tend to take a lot of things for granted. And that kind of, I just took a step back and started taking things slowly, kind of appreciating things much more. So for me, this film actually has been quite a bit of an eye-opener.
Dev?
I would love to do more scenes in the slums, I think. No, honestly, I was doing more of in the studios and those sort of grey environments, but they're amazing. They're so colourful, the hustle and bustle, and it's tactile, and I used to, whenever I got a chance, I used to love. I asked Danny if I could have a street running scene, if you remember that, which didn't happen.
It's on the DVD cut,
Are you ready?
Yes.